whatever is inside me, it's still there. What if it happens again? I killed someone.
You need help! Help! I need help! Anyone see anything?
Hiding every night from those things. That's one thing. This is something that people are gonna have to blame someone for.
I feel like something wants me to go in here.
We can go in together if you want. Ready?
Hello everyone and welcome to Geek Academy channel. I'm your executive host Igor, and today we are going to analyze promotional materials for From Season 3 Episode 8. We are getting closer to the end, only 3 more episodes left. And you see me, I'm excited, but I'm a little bit less excited than usual, because as you know, there are a lot of spoilers right now running around the internet, on Reddit, and so on and so on and so on. So, I can understand people want to get some answers as soon as possible. You know, we're living in an instant culture, in the binge culture. You don't want to wait for a whole week to get some answers. So you can go ahead and read the spoilers. What I don't understand is why would you have this, unstoppable need to go to a public place online and share those spoilers with people who may not want them. I've said this many times on this channel. One of the main reasons I love From is because it's unknown. We don't have that many shows like that anymore, just From and Severance, the only two that come to my mind. Other TV shows is all based on comic books, on books, and so on and so on and so on. So if you wonder about what's gonna happen next, always there's some guy or some girl that's gonna jump. I read the book, I read the comic book, and I know exactly what's gonna happen. I know how to read. The reason I choose not to, because I want to enjoy all of those moments while I watch this TV show, and not to be prepared for them and compare them to the book. This is my choice, this is my decision. The same way I respect your choice to go to Reddit, Telegram groups or wherever and read some spoilers. Please respect me and people like me, and don't share spoilers with people who didn't ask for them. Okay, you either a troll who is enjoying ruining people's day, you understand that you're doing something wrong, nobody's gonna help you there, especially not me, you need to take care of your head, maybe find some love in your life. Or you just honestly don't understand that you're doing something bad. And I really hope my small rant was able to help you understand that maybe don't do something like this. And another thing, MGM really fucked up this time with Season 3. All of those leaks, all of those spoilers, this is kind of ruins my job, all of the process that we're doing here, all of the other YouTubers who don't read spoilers and building theories where half of the audience already know exactly what's gonna happen in episode 8, 9, and 10. Okay, it can work on TV shows like Emily in Paris. It doesn't work for TV shows like From, that are based on not knowing what's gonna happen. So I know I'm a small YouTuber, okay, but maybe somehow those words are gonna reach MGM. Next time, be very careful who you are showing all of those episodes before they are airing. Please don't fuck up on Season 4, because this, I wouldn't say ruined this season completely for me, but it kind of made it way less impressive. So yeah, I cut some spoilers. I'm trying to avoid them, but I'm reading the comment section and suddenly right in my face, blah, 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 I read the first sentence and I understand this is spoiler, so I'm right away I'm blocking, banning this person, but I read this already. I cannot do anything with it. And then when I see the episode and it turns out to be true, the next time somebody spoils this for me, I'm yeah, this is probably gonna be also true. So this is what bugs me the most here. Okay, so all I'm doing here feels a little bit unnecessary right now, especially where half of the audience already knows what's gonna happen. But you know what, I'm still gonna put all of my effort for the rest of the audience, because there are still a lot of things we don't know. So before we begin, as usual, I want to thank everyone who supports me on Patreon. Your donations is what makes this channel possible. I really mean it. Your support is what gives me motivation, because you are amazing. And I also want to welcome Lisa Safai or Safai. I don't know exactly how to pronounce your last name, but thank you so much for joining our small community of patrons in the rank of champion. Thank you so much for your support, and let's dive in. So as usual, we're gonna start with the synopsis like we did always. So yeah, accusations start flying and truth comes to the light in the aftermath of a tragedy. We know exactly what is the tragedy: the murder of Tilly. Victor struggles to recover long-buried memories about the town's past. So this is something we're gonna see also in the promotional materials, and Julie and Ethan search for answers about the mysterious ruins in the woods. Ooh. Okay, so let's start with the images. Okay, so first of all, I want to go through once again Victor's storyline. It's a bit short, we have only 3 images. He wasn't mentioned in the trailer, but we can see him in the basement. It's probably Sarah's basement. Like, what's interesting here is we have 2 people behind Victor, you know, especially Tabitha here, who only in season 2 told Sarah, like, you get somewhere near me or my family, I'm gonna kill you. And now they're standing next to each other. Obviously, it's not a very comfortable situation. Victor doesn't give a fuck. He has his own problems to solve. But, you know, like, once again, it's a very interesting combination of people here. No interesting details as far as I can see, just chairs and nothing more. Like, we can see that Victor, this is a face of somebody who remembers something. Like, I could understand this, first of all, from body language, obviously, like this is a face of somebody who's a bit scared, but he kind of like remembered something. And also, this is fucking episode 8 already, and Victor has been trying to remember something since episode 3, I think. It's about time we're gonna get some more answers about Jasper and what's happening there. So we see him, like, my thought is basically it's after the scene in the basement, maybe it's before, like, and they went to the basement here together, but I think, like, you know, maybe like he's gonna go with Sarah to the basement and then Tabitha's gonna join and then he's gonna remember something and go there, look for it. This is all we have about Victor, Sarah and Tabitha, but you know, like, as usual, I'm very excited about it because Victor is one of the best, mainest keys. I don't know if I can say that, probably not, but you know exactly what I mean. Victor is gonna be the main key to understanding this place, and I'm all for it, and I hope that we're gonna get some answers. Like, this is episode 8. 9 and 10, there are the finale, and they're together. So this episode 9, this is Revelations Part 1, and episode 10 is Revelations Part 2. So it's basically one big episode that's gonna be divided to 2 parts. So this is already before the finale. And I hope it's gonna be like very, very interesting, especially most of us have seen the interview with the actress who plays Julie, and she said like her favorite episode this season is episode 8 because there's gonna be some very interesting, important things happening. Like, judging after we've seen the images, we can probably understand why. So let's move on. We have another storyline here, and this is probably going to be the main storyline of the episode. We can see that Tabitha, Jim, and Jade and Ethan are coming back home. They are actually, like, we can see that they are splitting here, like the Matthews family are actually running to their house. This is the Tien Chen's house, already Matthews family house, and Jade is actually like, he doesn't want to come with them because they're not really helping too much right now. And he goes to the bar. Sorry, I jumped a little bit forward. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen there. Maybe he's gonna have some insights, maybe not. Probably my idea, I think that we're not gonna get too much of Jade. I think we're gonna get a lot of Jade on episode 9 and 10. Because, like, there's a lot that's gonna happen as far as I can see in episode 8, and I don't think it's gonna be enough time for Jade, you know, running the numbers and trying to understand what's going on. So we have the Julie and Randall scene. Okay, Julie's probably coming to Randall. Maybe it's already after everything's gonna happen with Julie here, but I think it's before. I think she went to Randall to talk to him about what they felt in this place, you know, in the ruins, and she wanted to convince him to go with her once again, but he's probably gonna be very reluctant and he's not gonna go. He's gonna leave her. Like, we can see him probably trying to contemplate what he did, like he left this poor girl who's like barely 16, 17 to go by herself to this place without any protection, and she is actually gonna go there, but with her little, not so little anymore, it's like season 3, and by the way, in the show, it's about like 2-3 weeks passed, right? Like a month or something passed since episode 1, season 1. And we can see that Ethan is already like 20-30 centimeters higher than he was. Yeah, good luck with season 5, exactly, the guy's gonna be with the beard already. And like, this is the ruins. Now we remember those ruins. This is exactly the place when they were tortured, Randall, Julie and Marielle in the end of season 2. This is where Boyd rescued them, but there's like this upside down world. There's like, you know, like the dungeon world where those columns, you know, those arcs here are not destroyed, they're built completely. And this is just a shot from the trailer. So they go in together, like in the trailer, they're talking about it, like, let's go together. She is very excited about her brother being like a little man who supports her. But, you know, like risking everybody's life, especially if you feel like something ominous there, no, probably don't do that, especially with a young kid. Anyway, like they going in and we can see that Julie in the caves. Now this is not, at least it doesn't look like the caves we are used to, like Victor and Henry have been to, like in the previous, not in previous, in the episode 6, because they're way higher. Maybe it's the same, probably it's not like new caves, obviously it's not new caves, but maybe it's just a different location in the same caves. I just don't remember the walls being that high, you know, like the ceiling being that high. And the big surprise, the big reveal, Julie is gonna get actually to the cellar where they were tortured, like where Martin was held also, you remember, in the beginning of season 2 and also the ending of season 2. Now how it's gonna happen, I have no clue. I haven't seen any torches in Julie's hands or in Ethan's hand, but she's obviously gonna be there. You remember the wheel, you remember the arcs. This is the same place where they were tortured, and she's probably gonna be tortured there again. I don't know exactly what happens here, but she's hearing probably some screams. Okay, maybe she's somebody else is tortured, I don't know, but she's hearing some screams. And also she's seeing something. Maybe, but we don't know if somebody else was captured there, right? So we know that when Julie, Randall and Marielle were captured, everybody was able to see them back home, you know, like laying on the ground with their eyes being weird and everything. But she sees something, like whatever it is, it's gonna be probably very surprising. And again, once again, we can see her. So at some point, probably once again, what's gonna happen? So they go inside and Julie is gonna either disappear or gonna fall on the ground and be unconscious there. So, and Ethan is gonna run for some help, and he's gonna get Kenny and Acosta. Acosta there is running with the radio like she's about to report it to somebody, okay? And they're gonna get to Julie. Julie was already in the woods, she's not in the middle of the ruins, so she maybe reappeared somewhere else, or she was just, you know, like woke up and then like tried to run and hide. Or I don't know exactly what happened here. Once again, we're gonna have to wait and see, but obviously we're gonna get some action sequence. Like you always want some action and less talk and more action. Probably we're gonna get something more here. And Fatima's storyline, she's basically talking here to Alice and she's saying to him like, this thing that is like inside of me, it's still there. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but I can still kill somebody. And Alice is like, you know what, fingers crossed. There are many people here that bug me, but you know, obviously I'm kidding. So Alice is like, probably thinking what he can do. Now, if you remember, in the end of season 1, this is where he found Boyd with Sarah in this shack, where he also wanted to hide Frank, where Boyd wanted to hide Frank. So this is probably where they're gonna go. That's probably gonna see it in the next images. So this guy who is like being like an extra kind of, you know, like but having some lines during this season, just like Clara, he was the one to find Tilly there. And Elgin here with his, you know, like the ring of power, his Polaroid camera that he cannot leave behind. And once again, look at his face, read again his face. This is a person who is probably like knew that something like this is gonna happen. Like at this point, especially after the images that we're gonna see right now, it kind of feels like Elgin is repeating the whole Sarah's storyline. Like this kimono lady told him, I can save you, I can save everybody if you're just gonna do whatever I'm telling you to do. But in order for her to win him, okay, like she needs to tell like something exactly like the voices say to Sarah, that two people are gonna come, and like Father Catri, they knew exactly like what he hid there with the alcohol and the chocolate and so on. Like they knew things. So it's not like something psychotic, it's not like something in your head. This is actually some kind of a power that basically in this place. So, you know, like probably the kimono lady maybe told Elgin like somebody's gonna die where all the flowers are growing, and he's like, yeah, this is exactly what happens. I can trust this kimono lady, so I need to probably go and kill as many little kids as I can. Yeah, so here we can see, you know, this investigation. This is a CSI episode. We have here Boyd, we have here Acosta trying to look like she's a serious police officer, and there's a conversation about like what we gonna do. I don't know what's happening here with Acosta, but you know what, whatever, let's move on. So Donna is saying basically like, especially after the conversation that she had with Boyd in the previous episode, you don't have to be a genius to add 2 + 2 and understand that this was Fatima, especially after all the conversation about, you know, there's probably a monster, or Fatima is turning into a monster, or she's going completely insane like Abby. 5 minutes after, there is a dead body, like, who did it? A big surprise. So Donna is saying like, this is not like a monster's killed somebody. People are gonna need somebody to blame, and you're gonna have to provide this somebody for them. Now this is, as we spoke about it many times, this is gonna be a huge dilemma for Boyd, because on one tip of scales we have his family, and on the other we have the whole town. So he's gonna have to make a decision. I'm pretty sure I know what decision he's gonna make. Like, he's coming here, we can see that Alice and Boyd is there. Like, Alice is looking not at Boyd, he's looking for Fatima, he's maybe calling for her. And I think like what happens there like is, oh, Fatima here is basically, she's gonna probably go for a walk or something like this. Or, you know, like Alice went out and she decided to leave this place, so he's like looking for her. He probably brought Boyd home. You know, like while I'm thinking about it, probably what happens, like he took her to the shack, okay, he's like, stay here, don't move, and he went to get his dad, because like this is the only ally he can think about. So when he brought his dad, he suddenly opens up the shack and nobody's there, because Fatima went for a walk. And in the walk we have here the, you know, the serial killer Elgin here going with the Polaroid shot, and maybe the Polaroid showed him the shack or something like this, just like the cellar in the previous episode. So he will be able to find Fatima, and he convinced her somehow to go with him. Now I know Fatima is tired and not feeling very well, but she never struck me somebody really stupid. Like, why would you go with this dude? Without warning Alice? Without talking to your husband? Who you supposedly love? I don't understand this. Like, I don't know how they're gonna like actually show it to us to be believable. Like, she like, yeah, you should go with me. And she's like, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, fuck Alice. He will be, you know, like, I'm gonna call him on his mobile. This, I don't know, it doesn't work in my head, don't know how it's gonna happen. Anyway, he takes her to the cellar, he's probably gonna try to hide her there in this room, but you know, like, everything about this situation doesn't scream to me safety. Especially since the kimono lady was the one to show this place, and they actually found a dead body. Like, also think about yourself, if you were the person to find a dead body in some place that a ghost showed you. Like, your first reaction, any normal human being reaction would be like, oh fuck, there's a dead body here, I should be a little bit scared. And Elgin was like, you know, eating Doritos, like, yeah, it's all dead body, yeah. So this is where it happens, huh? We had already 2 pretty major deaths in this season. It was Tian Chen and we had also Tilly. But with all the love and respect for those characters, they were both kind of secondary. We have our main cast, you know, like Kenny, Christy, Boyd, obviously Donna, Fatima and Alice, and of course the Matthews family. And we didn't have any major death with the, you know, like the main cast, the, you know, not the support characters, but the main characters. So if they're actually gonna kill Fatima, this is gonna be very brave on their side, because she was, at least was, very likable character, and yeah, pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be very upset if something happens with her. And yeah, that's it basically. This is all of the images. As I told you, they're getting less and less, you know, like generous with the images they are sending to us. The images that they're showing to us in the Amazon, not necessarily exactly how we're gonna see them in the TV show. I noticed this already a couple of times. This is probably somebody during the set, during the filming, was with the camera and he was taking some beautiful pictures, and now they're just posting them for the website, for the promotional materials. But some moments that we have seen on those images in the episodes themselves were presented a little bit different, with some kind of a different angle, camera angle maybe, but you know, like, I'm just warning you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I didn't like annoy you too much with the rant in the beginning, but this is once again just something I had to take off my chest. There's only 3 more episodes left. I will do everything that I can to avoid any spoilers. I want to be honest with you. So if I'll encounter some kind of a spoiler, something that will ruin this for me, I'm obviously not gonna share it with you. You don't have to worry about it. But during my reviews, if there's gonna be a moment that was spoiled to me before, I'm gonna tell you like this was the moment, like I knew, sorry guys, I knew this, I read this in the spoilers, because some people don't really respect other people unfortunately, and their decision how they wanna watch this show. But you know, like what can I do about it? Unfortunately, there's nothing I really can do here. Anyway, as usual, thank you so much for watching this video until the end. Thank you for your support, whether you choose to just watch this video, like it, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do. Support me on Patreon or here on YouTube. Thank you so much, and I hope I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye!